Big up yourself.
Welcome back to another video. Oh gosh, this video should have dropped. I know guys, I know, but trust me, it's hard out here. But anyway, I am finally here with my back chat season 5 episode 2 review, and I'm excited to do this one because I feel like this topic was actually really good and I was actually tuned in, I was listening. I could not wait to sit down and talk to you guys about my thoughts and hear you guys' thoughts as well. I was reading through the comments in the actual back chat video and it was interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna dive right in. If you are new, feel free to subscribe, notification gang, thank you so much. Let's jump right into the video. Okay, cool. So first of all, let me just tell you who I liked, the people that stood out to me in this particular episode. Ezo, JJ, Nandi, AY Millie, Lani of course, Emmanuel, J Diane, is it J Diane? I'm not sure if I pronounced her name right. Those are the ones that kind of really stood out to me. Firstly, can I just say, who would say that a baby daddy is not the same as a baby father? Like, can we stop that please? Like, we literally do this to ourselves. Like, we literally love bashing our own community. Like Joseph said, this is street language, this is derogative language, this is a narrative that is pushed upon the black community, baby daddy and baby mama. Like, you don't really hear those terms within other races or other cultures. That is mostly thrown towards the black community. So why are we trying to project that? Why are we trying to normalize that? Like, we shouldn't normalize baby mommy and baby mama and baby daddy. Basically, two people got together. In some respectful cases, two couples got together. Unfortunately, it didn't work. And can we normalize what Emmanuel said? Can we normalize healthy co-parenting? Like, there are actually people out there who co-parent very well and it's healthy, it's respectful, and it's well done. Like, we need to stop trying to normalize this baby daddy this and baby mama drama rubbish. Like, that's nonsense. Can I just say, like, Emmanuel, a star.
I think in this society, yeah, we need to normalise that you can co-parent in a healthy way. I'm not buying a car for her. I'm buying a car for my kids.
A star, like, for his performance. I'm joking. A star though. Like, that guy, I love the fact that they had somebody who is in that position. So he's actually speaking from experience. He seems mature. I don't know how old he is. He seems mature. I loved how he was passionate. He was coming with the answers and he was not holding back, and he was just like, yes, you know, actually speaking from experience, this is it. Like, as a father who is not with my with the mother of my child. And I loved how he corrected Ezo when she was like, okay, let's say it's a baby mama. He was like, mother of my child, okay, but carry on. Like, I love that, because we need to stop normalizing or trying to normalize this way of living. There's nothing that is high of value. Like, there's nothing that is valuable about calling each other baby mama and baby daddy. Like, it really isn't. So yeah, I really loved Emmanuel, and of course Joseph done really well. I liked AY Millie and I like Ezo because they were really coming with the points. And obviously the thing about debates is, what people have to understand is, people will not agree all the time, and that's the beauty of a debate. Like, but the fact that we can agree to disagree, or the fact that we can bring our opinion to the table, no matter how wild or crazy it is, that's just the way people think. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, people are gonna have some crazy thoughts. So even though they are speaking from an unexperienced place, I still appreciated the fact that they were vocal, because there were some people that were not really that vocal. It was kind of like they were a bit lost in the conversation, and I was quite surprised about what's her name, the pregnant lady, because she sounded like this wasn't her first child. She spoke about breastfeeding, so I assume that she's got another child. I would have really liked to hear about her. This is the second episode now. Sorry about the background noise, guys. This is the second episode where she hasn't been as vocal. I don't know if it's pregnancy. I know pregnancy can be very hard, so but I would have really liked to hear it. The first episode, it was talking about cancel culture, and then she was saying how this is her industry, this is her area, but I didn't really hear much of her. Second time again, I didn't really hear much of her, so I'm like, sis, like but in the confessional, like, she's got good points, but then in the actual room you're not speaking that much. So I would have really liked to hear from her. As they were saying about this is why she doesn't date baby daddy, blah 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 blah. Okay, cool. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, there was a point of my life where I was like, I just did not want to date anybody that had kids. Like, it was a no-no for me, and I wouldn't be able to say this is the reason why, because looking at the question, so the question is, can you buy your baby mom a better car than me? Well, that wasn't really the question, but I was just reading what was on the title of the video. But the question was basically about the mum is struggling financially and she's asking the father of her child to buy her a car so that the kids are not late to school anymore. So here's the thing, like, I feel like if you like what Emmanuel said, I'm gonna probably reference a lot of things he said, because I was just like, yes bro, yes bro. When you obviously get into a new relationship, the dynamics change, and I feel like a lot of the things that some of these girls were saying were a bit wild, because they were like, oh, but if you're gonna buy your child a new shoe, what about me? Like, what about, like, I'm like, are you alright? Like, and I feel like maybe because they don't have kids, and what is that, Shala? Please forgive me. What she was saying was so true. Like, sometimes we're so short-sighted when we get into relationships and when we see certain situations. You need to start looking at situations like in the future. You could potentially be in the same scenario as this particular case study. Like, you never know what will happen in life, and how would you want the father of your child to treat you if you were in that position? That's how you need to think. Like, you need, sometimes you have to be a little bit logical and not so emotionally driven and emotionally led. If you have kids with somebody and you're struggling, get her a little banger, like get her a car. Like, it doesn't have to be, nobody said that she was asking for Mercedes, Lani. Nobody said that she was asking for anything like that. She's asking for a car. Yes, there may be other ways, but what's wrong if he is in a financial position? What's wrong with him buying her a little banger to run around? Whatever she does in that car, that's up to her. Do you know what I mean? Like, because he's not going to be able to control what happens 24/7, but at the end of the day, he knows that his kid can never question his provision, because he provided as much as he possibly could, and that is exactly what he did. So whatever happens outside of that, that's not his problem. And if he's completely detached from that, he shouldn't really care, to be honest, whether she does whatever she does. In fact, maturity will be like, do you know what, are you meeting anybody? Are you talking to anybody? Okay, how is that person? Like, how, do you know what I mean? Like, we see it so many times, you know, we see it in Housewives with Drew, we see it even with Cynthia and her ex. And I forgot to mention this earlier, but we have to remember that the well-being of the parent reflects on the kids or on the child. It already states that the mother is struggling financially, which is obviously going to reflect on the child. And if that father just sits back and watches them struggle and be like, well, why don't they wake up early? Or, well, why don't she get the neighbor, like the stupid comment that was made, why don't the neighbor take them to school? It's like, well, if the father is able to do more to ensure that the kids are getting the best that life can offer them through their parents, then why is he not doing that? Why is he just stepping back just because they're not together anymore? Like, that doesn't make sense. Although you're not together anymore, if you build a healthy relationship with the father of your child, with the mother of your child, that will reflect on the kids. Like, ultimately, you still want to be able to ensure that the foundation that they build their lives on is love, and love reflects in so many ways. If that child sees that mummy has been struggling but I haven't seen daddy, how is that child now going to look at you as a father? And that's why I really love the idea of normalizing healthy co-parenting, because it actually does happen. I was really trying to see where Ezra and AY Millie were, what the problem was, like where they were really trying to find the problem. Is it the idea of her doing something with another man? Like, is that the problem? Like, what exactly is the problem? I get where Ezra was coming from, that sometimes women can be like, sometimes that's where it starts. She'll ask for a car, and then next she'll ask for this, next she'll ask for that. But you have to remember that when they get a new relationship, the dynamic will change and the boundaries will be created. Like, at this moment in time, there is nobody else in the picture. So if he can do as much as he can for the kids, then why not? Like, why wouldn't he do it? Do you know what I mean? Like, let him do it. once you come into the picture now, and you're not just girlfriend, by the way, you're actually serious, you're in a serious relationship, you're stable, you're gonna be in his life, you might potentially be a step parent to that child, then you will be able to have a lot more say, then you will be able to do a lot more. But you're not at that stage yet. You should encourage that man to do what he can for his kids. Like, these are the type of men that we ought to be proud of. Hi guys, sorry about that. I literally had to like change and come out and do errands. It's so crazy, like it's so, oh my gosh, it's James. But anyways, it doesn't matter, right? You guys don't care, you guys are just enjoying the content and appreciating the content. What a day. So anyways, I was talking about I can't even remember the last thing that I said, but let me just move on to this. I really feel like there were some challenging questions that were brought to the table, which I really liked. I liked how I can't remember who switched up the question, but they were basically like, how would you feel if another man was basically like splashing on your kid, like, or if the woman had another man in the house but she was still asking you for a car. Like, I like that question. I like the stepfather questioning coming to place, like, even though they went off topic a little bit, but it happens. Like, when you're having conversation with somebody, you tend to just go off topic and then the topic evolves. So I really appreciated the tough questions. I really liked this episode. I thought that the question was great. Lani came with some really great points. Like, I really appreciated the fact that she was trying to be realistic in a sense that, you know, people have emotions and it's normal. The other girl, the one with the graffiti type of top or with the shorts, I can't remember her name. The only thing that made sense that she was saying was how she has a friend basically who the father of her child basically does whatever he can. He'll fix up the house, he will help with the rent. Like, I loved how she brought that example to the table. So the fact that she brought that to the table and she has that example in her life should surely show her that that's, if obviously nothing is going on between them, that should show her that it is possible and it can happen. And if you feel worried as a partner that that person's son will get in the way of your relationship, then I think that's an insecurity that you have to deal with. Do you guys remember, is it Love is Blind? No, not Love is Blind. Put a ring on it. Was it Shay and Michael, where Shay basically did not want Michael's son to move in because it was always her Michael, and of course he's got this whole son. Like, how can you feel comfortable as a partner to say that you don't want your partner's son to move in the house? Like, that's ludicrous. Like, that's ridiculous. If you feel threatened by your partner's child, then that's an insecurity that you have to deal with. To me, I find men more attractive who have kids that are in their lives. Like, you know, when a man is taking care of his own, like, that's more attractive. I don't know how you can be comfortable with being realistically, like, you know this, but I just feel like they were just shouting for no reason. Like, they were making noise. Like, all of these people, even A1 Millie, like, all of them guys, yeah, that was shouting. I just feel like you are missing the point. Like, how can you be with somebody, or how can you be okay being with somebody who does not take care of their kids? It's a car, which you are missing the point. Like, you're looking at it from your perspective, you're looking at it from a point of how does that make me feel as a partner, and not how is he treating his kids. Like, all he's thinking about is his kids. What happened to innocent until proven guilty? If all she's asking for is a car and he provides the car and she doesn't want anything else, she's appreciating whatever it is. It might be a little Peugeot, it might be like a little Ford or whatever. Like, if he provides it and she doesn't ask for anything else, she's not making noise, like she's not bothering him, you know, the boundary is there, then doesn't that make you feel good knowing that, like, my man takes care of his kids, and if anything happens between us, I know that I'm good and my kid is good. Like, once you're a parent and once you have experienced that, your mindset will be completely different. And for those who thought differently and maturely, like, I really rate them, because it's kind of like you're not looking at life from your own perspective. Like, you're looking at it from a mature place. You might not really get it until you've had kids. And the fact that they don't have kids, I believe they don't have kids, no, not to my knowledge anyway, correct me if I'm wrong, but the fact that these these people don't have kids, but they can still see it that way. Like, to me, that's a level of maturity. Like, that is maturity. Like, that makes me feel like, rah, I know the kind of man that you are, or the kind of woman that you are. Now, whatever the woman does, that's a separate scenario, that's a separate question. I'm getting used to the shouting now, because I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, that's just how people talk over each other. But the thing is like, even they notice it. That's why they're like, you lot need to stop talking over each other, you don't need to stop shouting, let me land. They've been wanting to land, like, so it's cool, I get it, that's just the vibe. But it was a great discussion. I love the topic, I love the responses. Even though I didn't agree with some of them, I still appreciated it. I can't wait for the next episode. Oh yeah, I really liked the fact that they premiered it. I thought that was a great idea. I think when I joined in, it was like 2K was watching, and I really like that. I thought, oh, that was a very smart move. I think they should do more of that. Like, they dropped the little trailer and then they dropped it on a live, on a premiere. Come on. Like I said, guys, listen, I'm not even hating on BKCHAT. Like, I'm here for it. I really want to support black content, you know. Like, I've got this new drive and this new passion to support black content. You're gonna be seeing me talk a lot more about black content on my channel, black YouTubers, influencers, and yeah, because I just feel like we just need more of it. Like, we're always talking about support each other, but you don't really see it. Like, we tend to become quite competitive. We don't want to share, we don't want to collaborate unless they are on your level. Like, we don't really support like that. You know what, it's like, I want to be the change that I want to see. So if you guys want to see more of that, if you really in support of this, I would really appreciate you guys to smash the like button and really subscribe to my channel, because I'm really trying to grind out here. Listen, this switch up that I just had to do, oh gosh, if you guys know, but yeah, if you know, then you know. But yeah, well done to everyone anyway, to all the cast members. I'm excited to see who's going to be on next week. I hope that they switch it up. I really liked Emmanuel on that. I felt like he shined on there. I want to make a comment about JJ, but I'm going to reserve my comment, because I don't like being compared, and I don't want to be doing it to somebody else. But I like the fact that he's coming out of his shell and he's taking position and ownership, and he's taking this seriously. He's like, do you know what, I'm on a debate show, I'm going to talk, I'm going to debate. Because he first of all came across to me as somebody who was a little bit timid, a little bit shy, you know, the nice mummy's boy, you know, very respectful. But I like how he's coming, like, you know, strong on the show. Go on, JJ, I like that. I think that is it for now. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys. Notification gang, thank you so much. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Like, who stood out to you, who made good points, who did you not agree with? Oh, and is it Sharla? I really hope that she wasn't standing for that whole 45 minutes, by the way, because I know being pregnant is not being disabled, but sis, take it easy, okay? Bye.